From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart, and you can see that two-tone look to the sky. We have that low cloud layer this morning that's around 2,000 to 2,500 feet. So again, above that we should see sunshine for today. Below that, mostly cloudy skies, although we have reason to believe that some of those clouds might start to break apart. But right now visibility looking pretty good, other than Snoqualmie Pass. Of course, take it slow and use the low beams if you're traversing I-90 for this morning. We'd still have this freezing fog advisory that's in place for the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. Again, between that 2,000 to 2,500 foot threshold. This runs until 11 a.m. for this morning. This does include Heppner. Freezing fog can sometimes deposit ice on the roadways, so another good reason to take it slow on the roadways. We're below freezing for this morning in the Blue Foothills, below freezing in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys, right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin. So all of us need to bundle up, and a good number of us would probably have to break out the ice scraper. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Slightly less gloomy for lower elevations for today and tomorrow. We're tracking mountain rain and snowmelt possible for Saturday. Much more snow late Saturday into Sunday. I'll tell you how much snow we're expecting coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the FBI is investigating a homicide of a man in Wapato who was shot outside his house. We have the car they believe the suspect is in just ahead. And first aid training courses, but not your typical kind of first aid. This is for mental health. We have what exactly it entails and why it's expanding in the Tri-Cities. Plus, the manhunt is still on for the suspect who shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. We have the latest updates. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Thursday, December 5th. Happy Thursday. We're going to start your top stories off with Fire Watch. The Moses Lake Fire Department is investigating a deadly fire on West Texas Street. Now, crews found the building engulfed in flames and there was heavy black smoke. When firefighters began searching the home, they found two animals inside that were not being responsive. They tried to save their lives, but the two animals died. There were another two animals that were taken to safety, and it took fire crews about 15 minutes to put out the fire. The cause is under investigation. In more fire-related news, this is video of an RV that caught on fire in Kennewick. This is at the Walmart on South Keelan Street. It took crews also about 15 minutes to get this fire out, and there's no word yet on how the fire started or if there are any injuries. But we'll keep you updated on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com. In a crime alert this morning, the Sunnyside Police Department will be doing extra patrols in the downtown corridor of the city. Officers say the patrols are needed because of the ongoing vandalism. While they are still investigating as they are tracking down leads, officers say the extra patrol is necessary to try and stop the crime from happening. And in more crime news, a man was arrested by Grandview police officers for carrying a gun near the Grandview High School Tuesday morning. Grandview PD said officers responded to reports of this just after 9 a.m. And through surveillance video and witness reports, officers found the 21-year-old man who was a known suspect, and there was probable cause for his arrest, so he was taken and booked into the Yakima County Jail. GPD says the man was running in the area when they showed up, and the school was placed on lockdown during that time. In a crime follow-up, the FBI and the Yakima Nation Police Department are investigating after a man was found shot to death outside his home. The 42-year-old man was found dead in Wapato on Monday just before 6:30 p.m. Investigators are looking through surveillance video, and they're asking for information on this car that you see on your screen. It was seen in the area around what they believe was the time of the shooting. It's described as a 2008 maroon Toyota Scion XB or XD with temporary Washington license plates of A7766868. If you see this vehicle, please do not approach it, but call police immediately. Now to another follow-up, the Kennewick Police Department continues investigating the fatal crash from Tuesday night where a woman was hit by a car while crossing the street. Officers say it happened at the intersection of West 10th Avenue and South Irby Street. She was taken to the hospital but then died from her injuries. And we learned yesterday that the driver of the car that hit her pulled over on another street and then called 911 for help. We now know investigators have seized the car for their case, and KPD is reminding the community to be vigilant when driving your car, especially when you're in dark areas where it can be harder to see people crossing the street. And they're also reminding people who are out walking to have on reflective clothing and only cross in crosswalks where there is light. A health alert this morning. The Walla 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 Department of Community Health, has confirmed that there is a case of whooping cough in the community. Whooping cough is a respiratory illness that causes a severe cough, and people of any age can catch it. The first signs and symptoms are like that of a severe cold, but after 1 to 2 weeks, it can get much worse. And this is an illness that spread easily from person to person. Experts say the best way to avoid getting whooping cough is to get a vaccination. We now know there is first aid training for physical illnesses, but what about first aid training for mental health related crises? Well, a program in the Tri-Cities that offers free first aid courses for mental health is expanding. The Lutheran Community Services Northwest are making this training more widely available, and that's thanks to a recent grant. As our Riley Fitzgerald tells us, these courses are becoming more popular. Take a look.
This week at the Three Rivers Community Foundation's Celebration of Philanthropy, the Lutheran Community Services Northwest was awarded a $7,500 grant. This is going to go toward mental health first aid trainings to be able to respond to someone who's experiencing a sign or symptom of a mental health crisis.
You can sit with them, you can respond to them, and you can help them get assistance from professional help, and you can know how to support them in a way that can walk them through what they're experiencing.
The program equips individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to identify, understand, and respond to those experiencing a mental health crisis. All kinds of people get involved, not necessarily for themselves, but as a way to be a support to other people.
Whether it's coaches, people in the faith communities, teachers, educators, even just neighbors, aunts and uncles are trying to go and find resources so that they can be a support person to friends and family members.
With the grant, the Lutheran Community Services Northwest will be sending 2 staff to get the training to be able to train others. The Three Rivers Community Foundation, where they got the grant, has now been around for 25 years. Sharon Gentry, the district director, says she's been with the Lutheran Community Services for 21 years.
And I remember applying for a grant when I was just a baby starting off in my career. And I applied for a grant to get a projector. And I remember that. And they just are an amazing foundation. So I'm grateful for all the great work that they do in our community.
Gentry says for this kind of training, it's just people. And you don't have to be a superhero to try to support and be a friend. In Kennewick, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
And the Lutheran Community Services Northwest provides services for many different programs like behavioral health, child welfare, and victims of crime, just to name a few. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, police in New York are still searching for the man who shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. And we have new details on when the suspect may have arrived, as well as a possible clue for his motive. That's coming up in your national news. But first, Josh will have your weather forecast. Keep it right here.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
We all have that friend with amazing skin. Don't just envy her. Get glowing skin of your own with a professional facial, customized just for you. Massage Envy, where better skin begins. Give the gift of me time this year with a gift card.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Are you ready to step up and save lives? Umatilla County Fire District No. 1 is calling on firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics to join our team. Experience the thrill of the front lines, excellent pay and benefits, and great opportunities for advancement. With every emergency, you'll make a difference and become a hero in the community. Don't just work a job, embrace a mission. Umatilla County Fire District No. 1. Apply now at ucfd1.org and join our team. We're looking for heroes like you.
Hi. I'm Pastor Steve Winery from Calvary Chapel Tri-Cities. Christmas is coming up, and we're going to have a Christmas Eve service in our outdoor amphitheater. There'll be bonfires, candle lighting, Christmas caroling. It's going to be a family service, and we'd love to have you join us. If you do come, bring a chair and a blanket. If you don't want to brave the weather, we'll have an inside option with live streaming available. Hope to see you there.
Makeover. We have 96 hours to build a house for the family. It can't be real.
Cincinnati at Dallas, Monday Night Football. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's show you the one pass condition that we've been really tracking all throughout this week. It's Oregon 204 at Tollgate. You can see it's packed snow. You do have to carry chains here. Other than that, I think on I-84 there are some spots of ice, especially in some of those areas with the freezing fog. Good reason to take it slow there. Also, we're seeing some freezing fog up towards Snoqualmie Pass as well. Temperatures for the rest of Kittitas County in the 20s and 30s, 30 degrees in Ellensburg. You'll probably have to break out the ice scraper this morning. Same thing in the Yakima Valley. We're right at freezing in Yakima, 30 degrees in Toppenish. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, 2 degrees above freezing in the Tri-Cities, a pair of 30s for Connell and Mesa, and we're pretty close to freezing in Hermiston. And then in the Blue Foothills, all of us below freezing. Look at that, 14 degrees this morning in Meacham. So yeah, you got to bundle up this morning as you're headed out the front door. Here's your day planner throughout the day. You see, maybe we could get a little bit of sunshine for lower elevations. Not expecting much at all. We'll be in the 20s and 30s by 8 this morning, 30s across the map by lunchtime. A lot of us are still going to be below freezing by lunchtime, or right at it at the very least. And then it's really going to be the same thing by 4 p.m. So for today, another day where we'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Thankfully, we do have some warmer weather that's on the way for this weekend, but that does come along with some rain and some snow. I'll tell you all about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, police in New York are still searching for the man who killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The killer shot Thompson as he arrived at an investors conference, and surveillance video shows the shooter lying in wait, and officials believe this was a targeted attack. And this morning, we're learning new details about when the suspect may have arrived and a possible clue for his motive. ABC's Christiane Cordero has more.
This morning, new surveillance video shows what appears to be the man who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City, appearing to carry an e-bike battery possibly used in the getaway.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
20 minutes after this surveillance video was taken, around 6:45 a.m. Wednesday, the gunman approached Thompson as he arrived at an investors conference, firing multiple times until his gun jams. He clears the barrel before firing again.
Got like a black gun, and I saw him after he shot him. He ran across the street.
The suspect runs through an alley, police say, then hops on an e-bike, disappearing into Central Park. Police recovered a water bottle, a candy wrapper, and a cell phone they believe are linked to the shooter. And detectives discovered writing on the shell casings found at the scene with the words deny, defend, and depose, sources tell ABC News. Thompson's wife, Paulette, told NBC her husband had received threats, adding she doesn't know the details. United Healthcare is the largest private health insurer in the U.S. Among companies in the health insurance market, it ranks highest when it comes to the percentage of claims denied, nearly twice the industry average.
Did he have any known enemies or anyone that you've been able to find so far?
We're reaching out to law enforcement in Minnesota, and we're also interviewing his co-workers and family members to see if there have been any specific threats against him in the past.
Thompson worked at United Healthcare for 20 years and was promoted to CEO in 2021. The 50-year-old Minnesota native was also a father of two. His wife tells ABC the family is shattered, describing Thompson as loving, generous, and talented.
Detectives are currently running tests to see if there are any traces of fingerprints or DNA on the items the shooter appears to have left behind. And up next on Good Morning Northwest, Dollar Tree made headlines when they raised their prices to $1.25. But now the discount retailer is warning that their prices may go up again. We have the reason why coming up after your full weather forecast. Keep it right here.
Remember, the same rules of the road apply in all weather conditions. This means you cannot follow too close, drive too fast for conditions, or leave your lane. Enjoy the holidays.
Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
Count on Apple Valley News Now and ABC for the most magical holiday programs ever, including favorites from Disney, plus so much more. Apple Valley News Now holiday shows, proudly sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. What about Africa? Safari. Hot air balloon ride. Swim with elephants. Wait, can we afford a safari?
Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment.
On a ranch.
In Montana.
With horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Save now for your Christmas holiday at Buy Mart, including Levi's signature men's and women's jeans, now just $19.99. Store-wide Christmas savings are happening now with Buy Mart's latest savings book.
Join in the fun at Country Mercantile's Holly Jolly Festival in December at our Richland location. Bring the whole family for holiday activities on Saturdays and Sundays, December 7th through 22nd, starting at 12 p.m. Enjoy cookie decorating, crafts, pictures with Santa, and train rides. Shop our unique gift store and discover an array of scrumptious food products and gifts, including gift boxes and baskets filled with goodies, perfect for the season. Visit our website for more information at countrymercantile.com.
Remember, the same rules of the road apply in all weather conditions. This means you cannot follow too close, drive too fast for conditions, or leave your lane. Enjoy the holidays.
Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another cold day out there. Will be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Mostly cloudy skies for lower elevations, mostly sunny skies up in the mountains. There's going to be about a 10% chance of some snow showers up in the Cascades. And then for tonight, should be dry. Overnight lows falling down into the 20s once again. So all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, plants, and the plumbing. I'm thinking that maybe we could start to clear out just a little bit for lower elevations, but we shall see how that pans out because fog can be very finicky to forecast for. We'll keep it about 5 to 10 degrees below average over the next couple of days, and then look at this, in a Saturday and Sunday will actually be about 5 degrees above average for a change, pretty close to 50 degrees in the Tri-Cities by Sunday, and then we start to trend colder again into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but more seasonal as opposed to the super sub-seasonal stuff that we're dealing with for today and tomorrow. Okay, and those temperatures go up for Saturday and Sunday as rain chances go up. A very interesting storm system that we're tracking for Saturday and Sunday. Drier for Monday and Tuesday. Another one for Wednesday that's a little bit too far out to make heads or tails of. So we'll focus on this Saturday, Sunday storm system, but we have to subdivide it a little bit. First, from midnight on Saturday to 4 p.m. on Saturday, could get an inch of water in the Cascades, but this would mostly be rain as snow levels at this point are going to be anywhere between 4,000 to 9,000 feet. So a lot of rain falling on top of existing snowpack. Could have some localized flooding in the Cascades. And then from 4 p.m. on Saturday to 4 a.m. on Monday, this is the second half of the storm system, just about as wet as the first half. But at this point, snow levels are going to be between 2,500 to 4,000 feet. So that'll likely put an end to the flooding threat. But you can see our chances for snowfall for mountain passes are going to go up between 2 to 6 inches for Snoqualmie Pass and Cabbage Hill, probably thinking a little bit more for Spout Springs and for White Pass. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry with highs in the mid-30s through Friday, then warmer and wetter Saturday and Sunday. In Yakima, mostly cloudy and cold Thursday and Friday, warmer and wetter for Saturday, drier by Sunday. In Ellensburg, the same cycle as Yakima, warming up with showers likely Saturday, drier for Sunday, winds picking up for both Saturday and Sunday. In Hermiston, partly to mostly cloudy skies with highs in the mid-30s today and tomorrow, warmer and more active this weekend. Then in Walla Walla, frigid and dry today and tomorrow, wet weather likely with warmer highs for this weekend.
Thank you, Josh. Now we're talking about money now. Bitcoin surged to a record high yesterday of over $100,000 for a single coin. This milestone comes after President-elect Donald Trump announced a pick for SEC chair, one who's pro-cryptocurrency. Trump intends to nominate Paul Atkins to lead the Securities and Exchange Commission, which regulates crypto. Atkins is a former SEC commissioner and is expected to regulate crypto with a lighter touch than the current SEC chair. And Bitcoin is up 130% for the year so far, with the post-election accounting for a significant portion of its gains. Its performance far outpaces the S&P 500, which is up 28% over the same period. Now to Dollar Tree, where prices may rise due to proposed tariffs by President-elect Trump. The discount retailer says those tariffs may also lead to changes to product sizes or removing certain products from shelves altogether. Trump has threatened to impose 25% tariffs on products from Mexico and Canada. He's also proposed an additional 10% tariff on goods coming from China. And prices at Dollar Tree are currently $1.25, and the company's shares have plunged more than 40% this year. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, hey, as soon as I saw Wicked, I knew it was Oscar worthy, but this morning we have our first indication that it could be headed to Oscar glory. We have why and more coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Queensgate Gardens Christmas event is here. Pick out the perfect Christmas tree and wreath, enjoy festive crafts for kids, and meet Santa himself on the weekends. Find the perfect gift and celebrate the season with us, only at Queensgate Gardens.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
More turkey than you can handle? Cut the calories and shop the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row. That's more days to find huge savings on sofas, dining groups, bedroom sets, and mattresses. More days to shop doorbusters and save up to 50%. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get 60 months no interest. But hurry, the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Make cleanup a breeze with a brand new model Bosch dishwasher, available in 3 colors, each for just $4.99, a savings of $350. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Next, E.T.
It wouldn't be the holidays without you, Dolly Parton. It's a holly dolly Christmas. It always is.
Plus, Pink Power Ranger Amy Jo Johnson, Then and Now.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Queensgate Gardens Christmas event is here. Pick out the perfect Christmas tree and wreath, enjoy festive crafts for kids, and meet Santa himself on the weekends. Find the perfect gift and celebrate the season with us, only at Queensgate Gardens.
An historic trestle. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is time for your showbiz news, and if you're tired of hearing us talk about Wicked, I'm sorry, it just keeps making headlines, and for good reason.
Well, today's showbiz wrap has why it could be winning big at the Oscars. Take a look.
You're the one the wizard has been waiting for.
We've got our first indication that Wicked might be heading for Oscar glory. The National Board of Review has named it the Best Picture of 2024. Over the last 40 years, the NBR's pick has gone on to receive an Oscar nod for Best Picture as well.
I am telling you, you do not know this guy.
Meanwhile, nominations are out for this year's Independent Spirit Awards, honoring films costing less than $30 million. The romantic comedy drama Anora and the horror film I Saw the TV Glow both led with 6 nods apiece. Those awards will be handed out February 22nd. If you missed them this year, Dead & Company are returning to the Sphere in Las Vegas for more residency shows. The Grateful Dead offshoot band has 18 shows lined up for 2025, starting March 20th. Tickets go on sale December 13th. And comedian Margaret Cho is 56 today. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay, Josh, has that convinced you to watch Wicked yet?
No, but
No,
I'm
still
not
no,
like
okay.
I'm not like ruling it out completely.
I'm gonna have to make you do it.
You're just gonna have to force me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will blindfold you and just take you. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, Delta High School students have been working all trimester on their showcase projects. And coming up, we hear from one of the students about what makes this so special. That's in the next half hour, right after your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Google unveils its new Weather AI. GenCast is a new tool designed to create 15-day weather forecasts. The company says it's faster and more accurate than traditional models, with the potential to improve storm tracking and everyday predictions. Next, Max is testing live HBO channels just like cable. Some subscribers can now watch always-on channels featuring HBO shows and movies. Warner Brothers Discovery says this is a test and available to a small group of ad-free users in the U.S., with plans to expand next year. Finally, Peloton is expanding beyond its bikes and treadmills. The company just launched an iOS-only app called Strength Plus that offers audio-guided workouts for the gym. It's $1 a month for the first 6 months, but then $10. It's free for current Peloton subscribers. You know, I had a running joke for treadmills, but it never seems to go anywhere. Those are your Tech Bites.
And moving upfield is Tucker Kraft.
You know, no one does it like Tucker Kraft.
That is Kraft, and he's still running.
The greatest thing that he does is being able to highlight our Lakota community.
Where I come from has made me into the player that I am. I play the way I do is for the people that help me along the way. Cheyenne River Youth Project, they have a way to help people out. I hope these kids see that everything is achievable, whether you're from a reservation or not. This is my cause, and these are my cleats.
Many remedies you take for chest congestion only mask the symptoms. You're gonna love this property.
Try this.
Mucinex 12-Hour treats the mucus that causes chest congestion for all-day relief. Mucinex in, mucus out. Treat the cause.
Joggers.
Whoa, how'd you get your teeth so white?
You gotta use the right toothpaste.
Dr. C?
Crest reality checkup.
Not all toothpaste whiten the same.
Crest 3D White removes 100% more stains for a noticeably whiter smile.
New personal best.
Crest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Goldberg.
All right, Josh, how are we looking out there? I know it's been pretty cold. Yesterday, I felt like it was colder than it has been this week, but it should be kind of trending.
We should be getting warmer.
Okay.
Yes, we should be getting warmer this weekend. It's not going to be warm per se, but it's going to be warmer than this. It's just going to be like it's kind of chilly instead of like, I want to cry, I want to run to my car, that kind of thing. I've been
doing that every day.
Which has been all this week.
Not really.
Let's go ahead and let's take a look first at visibility as opposed to temperatures. But it's the same setup that we've been seeing all throughout this week in the mornings. We have some fog up towards Snoqualmie Pass, and that's about it. For lower elevations, it will be gray once the sun comes up, but in terms of fog actually reaching down to the surface, that just hasn't happened a lot for this week. Except for in elevations between 2,000 and 2,500 feet. That's where the fog layer is setting up. So we do have this freezing fog advisory that's in place for the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. This includes Heppner. This runs until 11 a.m. for this morning. Some of those roads could be a little iced over, so very good reason to take it slow for this morning. We're below freezing in the Blue Foothills, right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin, and right around freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley. So a lot of us would have to break out the ice scraper for this morning. I think all of us need a heavy jacket. In fact, you'll need the heavy jacket all throughout the day in the Tri-City. So for today, we'll have highs that'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. It's going to be mostly cloudy for lower elevations, but plenty of sunshine up in the mountains. In fact, I'll have that ski report for you coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And in an education alert this morning, Delta High School is a STEM-focused high school, and it serves the Tri-City school districts. STEM refers to science, technology, engineering, and math, and the high school had a showcase and award ceremony last night where they highlighted the students' academic achievements as well as collaborative projects in their first trimester. It's meant to give students a time to show off what they've learned so far.
I mean, we've been preparing all trimester. It's literally just everything we do in class. So like our projects, we've been working on math this whole time, but it's all been building up to understanding the equations that went into making the curves of the roller coaster. So it's something you kind of unknowingly prepare for the whole trimester, and then your final project is kind of assessing what you've done.
As for the awards, one student was honored with the National Merit Scholarship with a letter of commendation. And that means they're in the top 50,000 students based on PSAT scores nationwide. Admission for next year's Delta High School freshman class is open right now. And Delta uses a lottery process. We have a link to that lottery application up on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And in more education news, the Yakima School District is celebrating the unveiling of their newly remodeled auditorium at Davis High School. YSD says one of the main points was to improve the safety in the auditorium. It's also aimed to modernize the space, which is used for different types of performances, events, and gatherings. YSD says they want to open the new stage up to more of the community. Superintendent Trevor Green and Davis High School's principal spoke last night, and there was a special performance by the Sela School Choir. More out of Yakima, the City Council is making changes to their budget. This after they're projecting to face a shortfall of almost $9 million in their general funds by the end of 2026. Our Emily Goodell tells us the main issue is that revenues just aren't increasing as fast as costs are.
City officials say they're doing okay on utility and sales tax revenue, but property tax revenue just isn't keeping up.
Property tax, because it's that limited 1% growth in revenue year over year, that really has, for many years, put the city further and further and further and further and further behind.
The city plans to balance the budget by lowering the minimum required in the general fund reserve, its savings account, from 16.7%, which is 2 months of emergency operating expenses, to 12%, freeing up $3 million. Another $2 million coming from projected salary savings for open positions. An additional $220,000 from increasing the stormwater utility tax rate by 5%, costing the average property owner $9 more a year. The city also spending less on professional services contracts, non-essential travel, and police and fire overtime.
Even with these adjustments, the lowering of the reserve fund minimum, the salary savings, the additional stormwater tax, we know that even that won't be sufficient moving into 2026. So there's We still have work to do.
The council plans to adopt the final 2025 to 2026 budget at its next regular meeting on December 10th. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. In Oregon now, leaders of the Greater Idaho movement are asking President-elect Trump and his incoming administration to support border talks between Idaho and Oregon. In a letter, Citizens for Greater Idaho praised the former and future president as a practical problem solver, saying his support could bring a, quote, peaceful resolution to Oregon's long-standing east-west divide and cement Trump's legacy as a peacemaker and transformational president, end quote. And the president of the movement says they've reached out to the Oregon legislature and Governor Tina Kotek, but have not gotten a response. Moving to the Oregon Zoo now, where a special little guy is celebrating his first birthday. This is Tamu, such a cutie. Zoo officials say he's just over 1,000 pounds, which makes him one of the biggest youngins in his league. The Oregon Zoo says they're thrilled with his progress, and they also say it'll take another year or two before Tamu is in the same league as Josie, his 2,400-pound mama. And it is the holiday season, and the Yakima Training Center celebrated with their annual tree lighting ceremony. This event gives active military members, veterans, and their families an opportunity to gather together, and the festivities kicked off with a surprise visit from good old St. Nick.
Is there anything you want to tell people about Santa or Christmas? Christmas.
It's a chance for our military personnel, retirees that are affiliated with the base, civilian staff and families to just bring in the holiday season together.
Seeing all these folks has helped us keep us safe. All these faces, yeah, it's great.
YTC is continuing the festivities by collecting donations, and you can help by sending your donations for Toys for Tots and or donating food to veterans. And you can find that link up on our website. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Donald Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is ready to fight for the position. This comes as he faces allegations of sexual misconduct and alcohol abuse, saying he'll give up drinking if he gets the position. We have more coming up in your political news, plus your weather right after the break.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones. 4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month, no trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Come on! Leftovers are for quitters! That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Take up to $500 off Telluride adjustable mattress sets. Plus, save $100 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Or score 60 months no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Want to sleep better, sleep deeper, sleep more? Well, what if there were truly little things you could do now to help you get a perfect night of sleep? Now this morning,
we're going to focus on sleep. Big topic around these parts.
GMA with the science of sleep to help you sleep better.
It's time to light up the holidays.
Let
there be light. The Great Christmas Light Fight.
I just love Christmas.
And the season has never been so much fun.
That is crazy.
The Great Christmas Light Fight premieres tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here is your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Mountain. At Schweitzer in particular, it's going to be, looks like we'll have sunshine in the higher elevations, maybe not as much sunshine as yesterday. That base depth at 37 inches. It's going to be 29 degrees today for the high. We'll take it down to ski Bluewood. This high is going to be 41, expecting more sunshine. The base depth here, not as deep, only 15 inches. Then we'll take it over to White Pass, where highs today will be up around 40 degrees. The base depth here, up to 24 inches. Okay, now let's take it back down to lower elevations, a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, starting off in Kittitas County. Highs today are going to be in the 30s. We'll have about a 10% chance of some snow showers up in the Cascades for today, but I think most of us will probably stay dry. In the Yakima Valley, temperatures in the mid-30s. If we did see sunshine today, it wouldn't be very much at all. It's going to be the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin. We'll have highs in the mid to upper 30s, maybe touching 40 degrees in Boardman, but that would really be a stretch. Mostly cloudy skies here, and then in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, we're also expecting mostly cloudy skies. We'll struggle to make it to freezing today in Walla Walla and in Pendleton, but much warmer up in the Blue Mountains, where we'll have more sunshine. We'll be up 41 and 42 for Meacham and Ukiah, respectively. Thankfully, we do trend a little bit warmer as we head into this weekend, but that comes along with some rain and snow, and I'll tell you how much of each we're expecting coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In political news this morning, Pete Hegseth is vowing to fight to be confirmed as Secretary of Defense. He's addressing claims of sexual misconduct and alcohol abuse while insisting that President-elect Trump still supports his nomination. ABC's Christiane Cordero has more.
Pete Hegseth says he's not going anywhere, insisting he has President-elect Trump's support in his fight to be confirmed as Secretary of Defense.
He said, keep going, keep fighting, behind you all the way.
So you're in this all the way.
Why would I back down? I've always been a fighter.
Hegseth facing a barrage of new questions about allegations of sexual misconduct, alcohol abuse, and financial mismanagement in his prior jobs.
What you're seeing right now with me is the art of the smear.
Hegseth says he welcomes an FBI background check.
What the media is doing right now is a witch hunt. It's trial by false accusation and lies. The FBI is going to look through and if they do their job properly, which I fully expect they will, they'll talk to everybody and get the full story and a full understanding. That's a report I welcome.
The former Fox News anchor making new appeals to senators to gain support, saying while he does not have an alcohol problem, he promises to give up drinking if he gets the job.
He offered up to me, and I know he has with other senators too, that he's not drinking, and that's not something he's going to do when confirmed here.
Hegseth also leaning on his mother to make the case. Penelope Hegseth wrote an email to her son in 2018 calling him an abuser of women, later apologizing, saying it was an emotional time. She says her son is a changed man.
I would just say that some of those attachments or descriptions are just not true, especially anymore.
Sources have said Trump is considering possibly replacing Hegseth with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty, or Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. Ernst met with Hegseth yesterday, saying they had a thorough conversation.
Hegseth can only afford to lose the support of 3 senators. He'll be back on Capitol Hill today, and he's expected to meet next week with Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, 2 key votes. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, A shooting at a California elementary school leaves 2 kindergarten students hurt. We have the harrowing story and more coming up in your morning sprint. But first, Josh will have your full weather forecast.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking
about our honeymoon.
What about Africa? Safari?
Hot air balloon ride.
Swim with elephants.
Wait, can we afford a safari?
Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment?
On a ranch?
In Montana?
With horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Next Live, Martina McBride and fashion designer Bob Mackey. Plus, Gift Bargains Week continues.
This is a shiatsu foot massager.
Yes, please.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Merry Christmas from Griggs and Ace. In 1939, my great-grandparents opened Griggs to provide Tri-Cityans with products they want at great prices. And we continue to do that today at our 4 stores and online at griggsonline.com. So at Christmas, we like to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for over 85 years. Thank you to our great employees, past and present. We want to wish you all a blessed holiday season. And from the Grigg family, thank you for shopping with us. Merry Christmas.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and cheeks and mouth and
Skilled professionals helping you to be your best. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Give the gift of me time this year with a gift card.
Winter is here, and your snow clearing game needs to be strong. Don't let Old Man Winter slow you down. Get your snowblower ready for the season with our snowblower tune-up. But hurry, this deal melts away on December 20th. And don't forget your lawnmower. Our Ride-On Deluxe service is just $299.99. Includes parts, pickup, and delivery. Get your mower ready for a smooth start in 2025. Come see us in West Richland or visit us online at libertylawnandsaw.com.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Cincinnati at Dallas, Monday Night Football, Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another cold one, folks, as we're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. All of us will end up in the 30s. More sunshine for higher elevations, mostly cloudy skies for lower elevations, and we will have that 10% chance of a snow shower up in the Cascades. And then for tonight, overnight lows falling down into the 20s across the board. All of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing, and maybe skies would turn clearer in the lower elevations, but fog can be, again, very finicky to forecast for. We'll keep it about 5 to 10 degrees below average for today and tomorrow, and then 5 degrees above average for Saturday and Sunday, within striking distance of 50 degrees for Sunday in the Tri-Cities. And of course, we do cool off after that. But the temperatures don't go up for no reason. They go up because of this storm system, kind of a response into Saturday and Sunday. So now let's talk about this storm system. We're going to have to subdivide. It's going to be a very interesting one. So from midnight on Saturday to 4 p.m. on Saturday, and when I say midnight on Saturday, I mean when we transition into Saturday through 4 p.m. on Saturday, we're expecting maybe an inch of water in the Cascades, and that would mostly be rainfall, as snow levels are going to start off around 9,000 feet, eventually falling down to around 4,000 feet. But water, rainfall falling on top of existing snowpack could lead to some snow melt, maybe some excess runoff, maybe even some localized flooding up in the Cascades. And then from 4 p.m. on Saturday to 4 in the morning on Monday, at this point, snow levels much lower, between 2,500 to 4,000 feet. So at this point, this would mostly be snow up in the Cascades. And the amount of snow, we're thinking 4 to 6 inches for Snoqualmie Pass, 2 to 3 inches for Cabbage Hill. Definitely expecting more for Spout Springs at Oregon 204 and for White Pass in Yakima County off of U.S. Highway 12. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Will be dry with highs in the mid-30s through Friday, then warmer and wetter for Saturday and Sunday. In Yakima, mostly cloudy and cold Thursday and Friday, warmer and wetter for Saturday, drier by Sunday, but there will be a little chance for freezing rain for Sunday morning. It's going to be the same thing in the Kittitas Valley, same cycle as Yakima, warming up with showers likely Saturday and also that potential for freezing rain on Sunday morning. In Hermiston, partly to mostly cloudy skies with highs in the mid-30s today and tomorrow, warmer and more active this weekend. And then for Walla Walla, frigid and dry today and tomorrow, wet weather likely with warmer highs for this weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:49. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. We're going to start off with the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Kennewick Police is reminding the community to be vigilant when it comes to driving your car and when crossing the street. This stems from an incident on Tuesday where a woman was hit by a car while crossing the street. She was taken to the hospital but died from her injuries. KPD says to be vigilant, especially in dark areas, as it can be harder to see people crossing. They also say people who are out walking need to have on reflective clothing and only cross in crosswalks where there is light. The Sunnyside Police Department says officers will be having extra patrols in the downtown area of the city. This is due to ongoing vandalism, and they want to try to stop the crime from happening. SPD says they are investigating and tracking down leads. A case of whooping cough has been confirmed in the region, according to the Walla Walla Department of Community Health. People of any age can catch it, and it can spread easily from person to person. Initial symptoms are similar to a severe cold, but gets much worse after 1 to 2 weeks. Experts say the best way to avoid getting it is to get a vaccination. And the 15th annual Bikes for Tykes bike build is happening today. Bikes for Tykes is a nonprofit that helps give bicycles to families in need. The build starts at 9 this morning and goes on until all the bikes have been built and ready to be given away. The flag raising is just before that at 8 o'clock, and again it's today at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick. And we are your home to the Seattle Kraken, and the Kraken take on the New York Islanders, and it's the second of a 4-game road trip. After this, they take on the New Jersey Devils Friday and the New York Rangers Sunday. They began the Eastern trip with the 4-2 win over the Carolina Hurricanes on Tuesday. And reminder, you can watch select games from Seattle right here on ABC's Apple Valley News Now. International headlines this morning. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was shot and killed outside a New York City hotel yesterday. He was there to attend a healthcare conference. Officials say a masked gunman was waiting for him to arrive and fired multiple shots with a silencer from about 20 feet away. The gunman ran away, and officials believe this was a targeted shooting. No arrests have been made. And a shooting at a California elementary school left 2 kindergarten students hurt. Authorities say the suspected shooter is dead. Police got a call about a shooting at the Feather River Adventist School near Palermo, and deputies found a man believed to be the shooter dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 2 students were shot, and they were aged 5 and 6 years old. In your business news, Coca-Cola is changing its sustainability goals. It now has a goal of using 35 to 40% of recycled material in its packaging by 2035, and that's a reduction from its previous goal of 50% by 2030. Air Canada says basic fare passengers going within North America and also to sunny destinations must now check their duffel bags, rolling suitcases, and/or large backpacks for a fee. This starts on January 3rd, and the first checked bag is $35. The second bag is $50. Passengers will still be allowed to carry a small personal item like a purse or a laptop bag for free. In your health headlines, new research finds that a history of lead in gasoline may be linked to tens of millions of mental health conditions in the U.S. Scientists say the lead exposure likely would not have happened had it not been in gasoline. The U.S. did not start phasing out lead in gasoline until the 1980s. Previous research has found lettuce harmful to almost every organ system. Another new study finds that eating 5 servings of dark chocolate each week may lower the risk of type 2 diabetes by more than 20%. Dark chocolate contains more cacao, the raw and less processed form of harvested chocolate. It also contains the highest levels of flavonols, and they act as antioxidants and reduce inflammation that can trigger or worsen chronic conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. In your sports news, 2 major golf associations announced new eligibility guidelines for gender identities. The United States Golf Association and the Ladies Professional Golf Association both cited the need to ensure competitive integrity. They are requiring that athletes must be assigned female at birth or have transitioned to female prior to going through male puberty in order to compete. The new policies go into effect in 2025. And Tiger Woods says he will not play in this week's Hero World Challenge, a golf tournament that he hosts annually in the Bahamas. The 15-time PGA Major champion says he's not sure when he will be ready to return to the golf course, and Woods recently had back surgery back in September. All right, trending this morning, the best gift that our music streaming platforms can give us, our music data wrapped up in a nice little package for us.
Yes, it's that time of the year.
Yeah.
Nothing like a fun reminder that they're tracking you, but hey, at least we can see which artists we listened to the most this year.
So Taylor Swift was crowned Spotify's global top artist for the 2nd year in a row. Her music had more than 26 billion global streams.
She also topped the list of most streamed albums, and earlier this year, the Tortured Poets Department became the first album in Spotify history to have more than 300 million streams in a single day.
Wow. And after Swift, the most streamed artists were The Weeknd, Bad Bunny, Drake, and Billie Eilish.
As for songs, Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso topped the list, followed by Benson Boone's Beautiful Things and Eilish's Birds of a Feather.
All right, Josh, and now we'll look at which ones made our list. Did any of those look like they made your list? No?
No, I have a song called Birds of a Feather, but it's actually by Petey.
And this is your list up on the screen right now.
Yes, so I apologize for Kanye West. Don't know what he's doing up there, but I stand by the rest of them. And yeah, Petey, he's kind of like this Midwest emo kind of.
Oh, I like emo. Okay,
he raps a little bit. There's some rock, there's some punk in there. Just kind of a hodgepodge of an artist. And
I love seeing everybody's list because it makes me discover new music. And this is my top artist for the year. It just went away, but Drake was #1. I know he was the top artist. My top albums, I was surprised by this because Wicked just came out November 22nd, and it was already my 2nd top album. So.
And it takes a lot for, like, if you listen to something a lot in October, November,
yeah,
it takes a lot for that to break through to the Spotify Wrapped.
Because the first album was released earlier this year, so I'm shocked by that. Were any of yours shocked? Well, Kanye West was shocking too.
Kanye, yeah.
I was surprised by my Travis Scott on there too. Like, I think it's just because of one song and SZA's in it, and I just like her part really. So.
Is it
I'm
Love,
trying to
Love Galore?
defend myself. No, it's Telekinesis. It was in my top 5, yeah. Well, that's always fun to look at, and I love looking at everybody else's. But coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, Dollar Tree made headlines when they raised their prices to $1.25. But now the discount retailer is warning that their prices may go up again. And we have the reason why coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Tracking more cold temperatures for this morning, a little bit of fog for higher elevations. I'll tell you where coming up on the other side of the break.